Well, it was almost 7 years ago that Hurricane Ike came through southeast Texas and caused almost $30 billion in damage to the U.S. coastline. And the Bolivar Peninsula was one area hit hard. James Ware spoke with a home builder at Crystal Beach who's trying to revitalize that area.
Well, we are at the beach, and we picked a good one, huh, Aaron? It's been, compared to the last couple of weeks, weather-wise, this is as good as it gets down at Crystal Beach.
It's as good as it gets. You picked a good one.
Been crazy, huh, with graduation. I'll bet the kids have been everywhere down here.
Absolutely. It's the time of year. Summer's begun.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the comeback, because it starts hurricane season today, and, you know, it was Hurricane Ike that wiped the beach out, took out more than 4,000 cabins. And where do we stand today in 2015?
Yes. Actually, 2/3 of what was destroyed has been rebuilt to this point.
Yeah. But you guys have been busy building them as fast as you can. How many beach cabins do you think you've built down here since you started?
I couldn't tell
put
you.
On the spot there.
50, 60. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
We did a lot of the government homes after, the FEMA money that was released. We did a lot of those all over Galveston County.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you how many we built, but there's a lot.
You know, it seemed like back in the old days you could just put a cabin up on a lot and not a whole lot of inspections, not a whole lot of anything down here. But nowadays, you have to have everything inspected to get insurance.
Absolutely. After the storm, they really started enforcing the new regulations. They changed a lot of them. No longer can you just throw up a cabin. If you don't have your inspections done by the county as well as your engineering firm and an additional inspector, you can't get insurance. It's not available.
You know, for people that don't come down here every day, the first thing you'd see if you came back in the early days to now, the beach cabins sit a lot higher.
Absolutely.
Is there a regulation on that they have to be so high off the ground?
There is. There's two different zones. There's an A zone and a B zone. One's 15 feet above sea level, the other 16 feet. The maps are about to change, but they're still generally going to be the same. Most of the cabins now are not just hitting what they need to hit. They're 4 or 5 feet above what they should be.
So I look at these posts now too. I mean, in the old days, it just seemed like it was a telephone pole, a couple telephone poles holding them up. But I mean, now these are, I mean, for example, these are 12 by 12s, and you said this one is 44 feet.
It's 44 feet long. It's 12 feet in the ground. Something else has changed. The piling depth is now 12 to 18 feet. Before the storm, I don't think there were any regulations. They were all whatever they put them in the ground.
Right.
Generally, most of the houses are built with 12 by 12s and 10 by 10s now. You can use 10 by 10s and 8 bytes depending upon your engineering company, but most builders are using these.
Sure. And I even look at the bolts that are holding it in. I mean, heavy, heavy duty stuff now.
Absolutely. Just like back to the IRC codes, everywhere that wood touches wood in this house, there's some kind of fastener that's approved by windstorm. There's more metal in this house than you can ever imagine.
Huh, metal in the house.
Metal everywhere.
You know, and not that you would want to know, you know, we're not wishing for any hurricanes, but I mean, you really think a lot of these new ones that are built now, it's going to take probably more than a hurricane, maybe a tornado to destroy them.
Absolutely. The new codes are so strict, and they've made them so strong now. I'm not saying they wouldn't, you know, a hurricane couldn't damage them, but they're much stronger than they ever used to be.
Sure. And let's go inside. Let's take a look inside real quick as we move along. But everything, even the septic systems now.
Yeah, septic systems are a mini drip system. We do have a new community septic service, which is now available for people. It's in its infant stages, but we do have a city sewer system now.
Yeah. Aaron, this isn't a beach cabin. This is a first-class home.
It's the way a lot of them look now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're homes or rentals. A lot of people have secondary homes as rental properties. So that's what a lot of them are for.
Yeah. And this one roughly, I mean, $500,000 range probably?
Easily.
Yeah.
Because of the view, easily.
Yeah.
I'd say more, actually.
Yeah. Aaron Nance, Homes by the Sea. Of course, we'll continue in the morning. We'll be back at 8:45 with more from Crystal Beach.